So yeah, in a way, my interaction with bots will go down dramatically. Also, there's a shit ton of fucking bots that already pay for Twitter Blue. Anyway, also, multipolarity being exclusively tied to being able to assassinate people on foreign soil is pretty funny. Like, that's it. That's the funniest shit is when Indians think Modi is some anti-Western leader. Yeah, that is hilarious. But Turks think Erdogan is too. Because that's how you fucking galvanize your population. That's how you garner support. Just like Elon gets support by just fucking making really bad decisions somehow. And, you know, his fan base still grows. Every time he does something so stupid, people love it.
One reason that we're moving to having a small monthly payment for use of the X system is it's the only way I can think of to combat vast armies of bots, because a bot costs a fraction of a penny, call it a tenth of a penny. But if somebody even has to pay, you know, a few dollars or something, some minor amount, the effective cost of bots is very high. And then you also have to get a new payment method every time you have a new bot.
Those are the words of Elon Musk, owner of the social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter. Now, will we soon have to pay to post or even to just read other people's posts? This would be the biggest shakeup since the tech tycoon took over the site almost a year ago, and there have been many thousands of layoffs, cuts to content moderation, premium subscription models, and reinstating banned accounts like that of Donald Trump. So let's unpack all of this with Max Tani. He's a media reporter with the news.
I love that he's like, oh man, it's all in the interest of combating bots. It's like, bitch, you made it worse. You made combating bots worse. This is a bot heaven, okay? Like everything that he has done, every single thing that I mean, it's a lie anyway. He's just telling a lie. He's like, oh, I'm doing it to combat bots. It's like, no, you're not. You're doing it because you want to desperately generate revenue, and it's getting harder and harder for you to do so. That's the reason why. Because you keep losing out on fucking advertisers, partially because of bots, and partially because your website is a right-wing shithole. Okay? Twitter has personally gotten to a point where it's like, it's either bots or people who might as well be bots, okay? Oh, the website is so bad.
Semaphore. Max, good to see you again. Now, Musk says the company is moving towards a small monthly payment. Does that mean this is really happening? Is this a done deal?
Well, you know, we never really know what's going to happen with Elon Musk, particularly when it comes to...
So you wouldn't pay money to stay on Twitter? No, I never bought a Twitter Blue either, by the way. Dummies. And then Elon Musk capitulated and gave me Twitter Blue. Okay? Like... No. It's an especially easy decision for me, given as to what Twitter has turned into. Like, if this was old Twitter, and I had to think about it, if this was old Twitter, okay, and I had to, and all the journals were still on there, and I could, like, use it to aggregate information, like, I would have to genuinely think about it. This would be a serious consideration. Do I pay for it? Do I not? Because, like, the money in and of itself is obviously not that big of an issue. You know, it's not like I'm fucking struggling financially. It's more so the principle of the matter. But in this situation, whew. It would also probably be great for my fucking mental health, if I'm being real. Like, not constantly being on Twitter would probably be so good. I mean...
Twitter, or X, I guess as it's now known, you know, he's made a number of changes since buying the company last year, and he also has made some changes that he's reversed, restricting some accounts that he's then unrestricted afterwards. So the first thing is we don't really know anything about this. He mentioned this in an offhanded remark in a chat with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. So we don't really have any more details, but we do know that this has been something that's been on Elon's mind. It was reported, I believe, last year that he had discussed this idea privately. And he's been kind of obsessed with the issue of bots since before he even took over Twitter. So this is definitely something that's been on Elon's mind for quite some time. And we know that given some of Twitter's or X's issues with revenue at the moment, that they're looking to increase funding, increase revenue in any kind of way they can. So it seems like they're taking this idea very seriously, but we don't really have details, any more details.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Is this really about keeping bots down, or is Musk seeking sources of revenue?
Well, I do think clearly it's both. I mean, as I mentioned, Elon has been talking about this bots issue. He's been obsessed with it since even before he was really involved in the company. He spoke to Twitter in 2020. He kind of gave like he addressed essentially a company all hands, and he talked about how this was one way that he would change the platform to reduce bots, which I think he believed were kind of spammy and could be directed by nefarious actors to kind of clog the platform up. So it's definitely something that he actually that really does bother him.
Is a paywall really going to do much to keep bots out, though?
That's another legitimate question. I think that based on what some cybersecurity experts have said, obviously this would reduce some bots on the platform because it just creates another barrier that they would have to go through. But at the same time, a person who's committed.
Famously, bots can't sign up and pay. You know what it will actually reduce? The number of real users on the platform. So much so that the only thing that remains will be the bots. So yeah, in a way, my interaction with bots will go down dramatically. Also, there's a shit ton of fucking bots that already pay for Twitter Blue. Like, they already do it. They already are completely, like, they've used Twitter Blue to their fucking advantage.
To spamming on Twitter and is committed to a bot network certainly could find the personal information that you might need to set up one of these accounts or to to get by the paywall. They can find some of that information online. So I think that it's certainly not going to stop this altogether. And I think you can't think about this decision without thinking about the fact that Elon is really trying to monetize Twitter because they have some pretty big revenue issues at the moment.
Yeah, because he can't run fucking ads at the top of the hour because all the advertisers run away from him because he's a fucking Nazi. Here at the HasanAbi broadcast, on the other hand, at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad because advertisers are not fleeing away from me, but instead fleeing towards me. Okay? Now, if you no longer want to see those ads, though, it's a much more valuable $5 purchase of a HasanAbi subscription than a fucking dumbass Twitter Blue one. Which is $8, by the way. As a titan of industry, subscribe to the HasanAbi broadcast with a $5 month subscription or a free one in the form of a Twitch Prime. It's still September. It's not even $5. Or you can get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Here's the name right now.
This hasn't gone down well with users. Is this going to be the death blow for a platform already struggling to hold on to advertisers and users?
Yeah, certainly. I think that a lot of users, myself included, who've been using the platform for years and years, over a decade, even, are not particularly pleased with having to, with the prospect of having to pay to use something that's been, previously free. And of course, there are a number of X or Twitter alternatives that are out there now. You know, the most obvious being Threads, but others including Blue Sky as well. So I think you know, users of the platform are obviously not particularly thrilled about this idea, but you know, we have on the other hand, you know, we've heard in the past that Twitter competitors might usurp Twitter or X, and that just really hasn't been the case. It continues to have a pretty strong base of daily users. So even as Elon has made a number of changes to the platform, so
I will not pay for Twitter. And on top of that, I know for a fact that if if Twitter is forcibly making you pay for Twitter, most people won't be on it anyway, so there's no reason for me to stay on Twitter.
It really just depends on how much this is going to cost and how they roll this out. If this is $1 a month, you can see a situation in which a lot of people would pay. It's not a lot. If it's significantly more than that, you know, that's possibly another story given the amount of subscriptions that daily.
Even if it was 1 penny to pay for Twitter, in and of itself is an undertaking that most people will not be comfortable doing. It's not even the principle. It's just like also the logistics of that is also hard. Like you're putting your payment information onto this fucking random ass platform. Who knows how secure it is? You know what I mean? It's the same reason why Elon Musk first claimed he was going to make Twitter inaccessible through like incognito browsers and whatnot, unless you had an account, and then quickly backed away from that because a big chunk of the daily active usership still comes from outside of the website. You can't do that. You know?
These days.
All right, we'll have to let you go, but would you pay $1 a month for X?
You know what? I'm pretty addicted to the platform. I might see a situation in which I would pay $1, but you know, I'm not paying $8 now for the premium, which I think is significantly higher. So you know, maybe there's somewhere in that range that it becomes a no-go for me. So
maybe
not sure.
He finds your sweet spot. That was Max Tani. Always great speaking to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, this is some good news. Hollywood writers and studios are